Yo, what is good? My anime. I honestly was mad disappointed in Black Clover today. I expected one thing to happen, at least in the kingdom, with the girl, but I guess handling some beaver, beaver looking thing was about as much excitement we were gonna get. Um, since that last arc has kind of come to a close, it's funny that this is the next episode, especially what's coming up after this, which doesn't seem like anything to be taken too seriously. So it kind of makes you wonder how much work they're doing on the upcoming story arc, because this is a long time to stray away from this actual story at hand. Like, the reason why I thought something was going to happen is because she is kind of the indicator for the next part of the mission. The next part of the mission being uh, fighting this demon who has already destroyed a kingdom, and she wants help as well to protect her kingdom, and to at least have a better chance of fighting this demon who's already capable of wiping out entire kingdoms. But I mean, we don't know if the demon had any help. But just by the way I'm looking at things, I highly doubt he did. Um, but yeah, the whole point too was that they had to do this in a time gap, because if they don't do it in a certain amount of time, the this queen is going to end up weaker, and she's going to end up less helpful than she could be as of right now. And maybe, I think it's like, it was a couple months or something like that. So it's like, okay, or not only helpful, I think she might die. I think the curse might take over and wind up doing its thing that it did to Noelle's mother and taking her life, which kind of, if you think about it, that woman dying is also probably uh, another way of the show giving a spirit away, right? Because with this water spirit being tied to a princess or a queen who can't even leave her crown or her throne because of her body and just the way things are, it goes to really say, what if any other spirits were like this, right? Like, what if the fire spirit was with someone that was unable to be leaving and moving around, you know? So it's kind of clear cut that if this woman does end up losing her life, just like with the flame spirit, it could move on to another owner. And hopefully that owner isn't someone we have to actually be worried about. And the true owner that I think might be interesting and might make her way too overpowered would be Noelle. Her being royalty and her having such a um, huge capacity for magic already. Like, royals usually just have a lot more magic, or they have a lot more magic attack potency, and that's already been proven, right? Just by with the flame guy, how ridiculously powerful he was. And it was, the flame spirit still chose him. So it's like, I think people who are naturally already in its category, it has more of a chance of joining. Because if I do remember correctly, the phoenix stuff that the girl was using when we first saw the fire spirit was literally, she was already literally fire. Like, her healing was a phoenix type of like healing or something, some fire phoenix thing. So it's not out of character, or it's not out of the story for Noelle to wind up with for it, because it seems only catered to those who have the ability already to wield the same magic. So that would be a pretty interesting way to explain Noelle getting a spirit. Not to mention, it probably Spirit for Noelle would actually put her on par with like Asta and everybody, even closer or surpassing them. I actually would think. Maybe not Asta, but you know what I mean. Like she would be pretty much the second or the third strongest Blackpool because as we hear today's episode, Yami's reached already a new height or a new plateau of magic when it comes to the grading system to this girl and the guy. So Yami of all people is really the most like dangerous above all. But what's just kind of crazy is she just kind of senses it, right? Or she just knows or has seen him do his magic from afar or something. So I don't know what to expect when it comes down to Yami getting so much praise, but I also have to take this as this is filler, so maybe this praise doesn't even matter in the slightest, and it's kind of the anime's way of teasing that Yami could play a big role compared to a lot of other people, seeing how not a lot of high level people can even touch Yami, in my opinion, seeing how uh, well, I guess I can't compare Yami to the Flame guy, the Flame Captain, only because when he was overtaken by Lich, he was like in a room where I don't think he could even use his magic when he lost his arm. So I don't think that's a fair comparison. But if Yami was in there, would he be able to use any of his magic? Would he be able to cut through it and escape and stuff? I don't know. But regardless, I think this was a pretty slow episode and weird in the same breath because it really didn't lead us anywhere, and it looks like next week's episode isn't going to as well, with some Maiden's Challenge being the next week's episode. So Black Clover really taking a stroll down its own memory lanes and chilling, telling us about stories that clearly happened on their own time. But yeah, I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. Hopefully Black Clover can pick up sooner than later, but regardless, if we're taking this much time because we're going to get some amazing content and it's going to look amazing, then take all the time you need, because I'd rather it look beautiful and wait than to get something that's rushed and doesn't even line up with the story. So with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Alright, later.